everyone, Lou here. With 2020 quite literally happening next week, I think it's time to talk about the top 10 anime of 2019. These were brand new anime that I really enjoyed. So, roll the intro and let's get started. At number 10 we have Gate. Yes, I know this anime wasn't released in 2019, but the next season comes out in the new year, so I thought I'd mention it. Now, of all people I know in my life, my dad actually recommended me this one. Pretty funny to me since my dad doesn't really watch anime. I mean, he does watch anime, but it's usually ones I recommend to him. So when my dad found an anime to recommend to me, I was actually pretty surprised. Now, I know Gate is basically the Japanese version of a Michael Bay film with how it kind of romanticizes the army, but I still really liked it. I loved the characters of Rory, Tuka, and Pina. The world is also very interesting, and honestly watching these medieval rulers think they can stand up and beat a bunch of guys with guns is honestly kind of hilarious. Even if some things may seem generic to others, I really enjoyed Gate and I'm super excited for season 3 next year. At number 9, we have The Girl from the Other Side, Seulia Run. Now, I had heard of the manga a very long time ago, and I've always seen pictures of it from Tumblr, but I've never actually read it. Now, the manga is basically about a bunch of demons who try to inflict eternal sadness and anguish upon any human who enters their domain, until a little girl enters and one demon thing absolutely adores her, and the rest is about their father-daughter relationship. This is a silent 10-minute OVA that sums up the basic dynamic of the story, and honestly, it's brilliant. The art style is absolutely beautiful, and it reminds me of a storybook come to life. The soundtrack is perfect at explaining a scene, and the characters are adorable. The only reason it's so low is because I want more. If they make a series like this, I guarantee you I would make it anime of the year, even if I don't know what's going on, because it's genuinely a very good OVA. At number 8, we have Kakegurui XX. Now, I really like Kakegurui. Yeah, maybe it's not the best game anime out there. I think No Game No Life did the games part better, but I still like it. I gotta say that on a story standpoint, I like this season more, and I feel like it has a lot more story to it. Though, please never take these girls to Vegas, because it will be a full-blown hentai, and I'm not ready for that. Not much else to say, other than I really did enjoy the second season. At number 7, we have Kaguya-sama, Love is War. A wonderfully hilarious comedy about two tsunderes trying to get the other one to confess. It's a genuinely wonderful series, and I'm hoping there's gonna be a season 2. From what I last looked up online, apparently there is, so I'm super excited about that, because I want to see these two finally kiss, fall in love. At number 6, we have Rirakuma and Kaoru. Now, if you couldn't tell from my videos, but I love Rirakuma. Just cute mascots in general, like Gudetama and Chewy in general, I just adore. So when I saw this on Netflix, you bet your ass I absolutely adored it. This is just a really innocent and sweet slice of life about just learning to cope with the most basic life problems. And I think it's a really good stop-motion series. The only reason it's not higher is because each episode was about 10 minutes long, and some special effects like smoke were really bad. Oh my gosh. And the humans kind of look like a bootleg Puffs commercial too, so other than that, it was way too cute and I highly recommend it. At number 5, we have Dr. Stone. This is an anime that I first thought had an interesting setup, but low expectations. I thought it would be a typical shonen anime with a screaming protagonist who's made up entirely of dopamine, but wow, was I proven wrong! This series is fascinating in solving fantasy elements with real-world science, and overall the series is just absolutely genius and quite funny as well. It's almost like this is the JoJo's Bizarre Adventures for nerds, if that makes any sense. At number 4, we have Carolyn Tuesday. As all of you know, I love the anime Nana. Nana is an amazing anime and I adore it, but the manga was put on permanent hiatus and likely will never finish. However, I never thought I'd find an actual successor to an anime like Nana. In comes Carol and Tuesday, a story about two girls from very different upbringings with a deep passion for music who start a duo and want to bring back natural singers and songwriters in a world where robots write and sing everything. Not only is it a wonderful allegory for how the music industry works today, and I feel like it is a realistic approach to the entertainment industry in the future, but the music itself is gorgeous. My personal favorite song from it is The Loneliest Girl from how soft and personal the song felt despite basically being part of the script. Both Carol and Tuesday are adorable characters as well, a true perfect pair, and the hijinks they get into as they try and make it in the world of music is just an incredible ride. I already knew I would love this anime going in, but I legitimately didn't expect to love it so much. At number 3 we have Dororo. Dororo had an amazing start with complex themes of morality and Buddhism with some pretty good animation that felt like it was improving with every episode. Until episode 13, where it started to take a very strange nosedive and themes were simplified or too glossed over for me to really appreciate. Dororo's animation and stories were getting so bad that I almost wanted to drop it because I felt so disappointed until about the 21st or 22nd episode where I felt like it was finally picking up again. The ending went back to amazing animation, complex themes, and great character moments again. By the end, I was satisfied and felt like this was an ending both Dororo and Hyakimaru needed for over 50 years. It's still a damn good anime, but it's definitely a bitter pill to swallow at all the bad animation moments and story moments. I think overall though, Dororo was a pretty damn good anime with the flaws it had. At number 2, we have The Promised Neverland. Originally, I had mixed feelings when I heard about the premise of this anime. I had thought it would take its entire run just to drag these kids out of this demented orphanage with a ton of filler, but this anime completely blew my expectations away. After finishing the first episode, I just kept binging until I was on the edge of my seat whispering to myself, okay, one more won't hurt. If there was ever a successor to The Brilliance of Death Note, I think it's honestly The Promised Neverland. Not only is it this strangely fascinating retelling of Peter Pan in some sense, but also has some of the most suspenseful moments that I haven't seen in anime in a very long time. This honestly would have been Anime of the Year had it not been for the emotions number 1 gave me. Quick dishonorable mentions, by the way. Miru tights. So, apparently, I pissed off an entire foot fetish community with my negative review of this, but hey, I guess I'm gonna do it again. Miru tights was fucking gross and had an actual pedophile teacher. Sorry, foot fetish people, but I just hated it. Also, maybe you should probably chill when someone makes jokes about having foot fetishes. Evangelion. I have a review coming up of me reviewing all of Evangelion releasing in the new year. But my gosh, I did not like the original series and movie, my dudes. Maybe it was cool in the 90s, but I don't think Evangelion or its themes aged well all that much, when a bunch of other anime did its themes a lot better in my eyes. Beastars. Okay, it does have a really fucking good opening, and definitely reminds me of someone who wanted to make an anime based off the Zootopia abortion comic. But I'm sorry, I just didn't care for it. Given how sensitive the internet is around this topic, I would rather not say why, but due to my own personal reasons, I didn't care for it. One Punch Man Season 2. Apparently the second season was handled by a different studio, and it shows. The writing wasn't that great, and the animation wasn't really that good, and made One Punch Man lose what made it stand out from other shonen anime. Honorable mentions! These are anime I really liked, but not enough to place on a number or belong on a much longer list. Yubisaki Kara no Honki Netsujo. Yes, this is a goddamn hentai. I mean, I'm no stranger to basically watching an SFW anime, since I do love dramatical murder after all. This hentai was honestly really cute. Like, I live and die for Fluster Tool and Excited Small and childhood friends falling in love, so when you have both of these, like, sign me the fuck up. I mean, yeah, it's not the best, but it was still really cute and I liked it. Attack on Titan Season 3 Part 2. This was one of my favorite arcs from the manga, next to the one prior to this, mostly because Kenny was fucking awesome. So to see everything finally animated, and even the world's biggest Attack on Titan haters change their mind when they found out about the bombshell, really made me happy. Persona 5 The Animation. I know it didn't come out in 2019, but I wanted to put it here because even though it was deeply flawed, I still think it did a good enough job of adapting Persona 5's story. Yeah, it wasn't perfect, and a lot of side stories were cut, but for telling the main story, I think it did a good enough job. And now for number 1, the moment you've all been waiting for. Number 1, Fruits Basket 2019. Never has an anime or manga reached so deeply into my heart. Ever since I was a young teenager, Fruits Basket has been the one anime that I will forever feel such a strong connection with, and really opened my eyes to a lot of things about myself and with the people around me. This anime made me cry so many times from how deeply I related with certain scenes. The amount of times this anime made me cry is actually kind of ridiculous, but that's how deeply I related to this anime. Not only is the storytelling and meanings powerful, but the animation was absolutely gorgeous to look at. And honestly, exactly how I want my own art to look in the future. This anime just has so much for it and to me that I honestly can't say much other than I always recommend this anime to anyone who can watch it. Because honestly, this is anime of the year to me. And that would be it. For those asking about Premiere, because I know it's gonna come up in the comments because it was such a big anime movie this year. Unfortunately, I couldn't see the movie. It was in theaters for a short time in the US, but unfortunately, it was in a town that was way too far away, and frankly, I didn't want to drive like all the way over there just to see an anime movie. I thought that was ridiculous. So no, I haven't seen Premiere, but I know I'm gonna like it. It probably would have gotten in honorable mentions if you're wondering where the placement would be. So yeah, so let me know down below what anime of the year was for you guys, cause I'm actually pretty curious to hear what everyone thought was anime of the year this year. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, then be sure to give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you're new. And if any old or new subs would like to help support the channel in any way, then feel free to visit my Ko-fi page down below in the description, along with my social media tabs. For any subscribers, new or old, who'd like to help with video ideas or maybe want to talk about anime or something, then I have a fan server linked down below. See you next time!